And welcome to another episode of the One Vulgar Broad podcast. I'm your host, Jasmine, and today we dive deep into a topic that's as juicy as a ripe mango and as crunchy as a kale chip. It's from mirror to mindset. You are what you eat. Now, I know what you're thinking. Am I a walking cheeseburger? Is my blood type pizza sauce? Well, my friends, not literally. But if you've been eating like garbage, like it's going out of style, your body might be sending out distress signals, like a car alarm in the middle of the night. Now, when I say eating like garbage, I'm not just talking about fast food. I'm also talking about processed foods. You know, those pasta sides and boxed mac and cheese and other prepackaged store-bought foods. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's start with the mirror. The mirror. The truth teller. The reality check. The thing we sometimes wish we could throw out the fucking window. But here's a blunt truth. It doesn't lie. Unless, of course, you are in the funhouse at the carnival. That's a whole other story. But if you've been eating junk, your reflection might be showing it. Those extra pounds, the dull skin, the overall lack of zest. They're all shouting, "Help! Feed me the good shit!" And it's not just about your looks, though. Although your looks do hint at how you eat. Think about this. Have you ever eaten like shit and noticed how puffy your face may look? Or how bloated you look in your clothing? Or maybe you've had to keep reapplying moisturizers and lotions. Does your skin look dry and require extra moisture? You do realize that you can moisturize from the inside out, right? Seriously. Beautiful skin comes from within. Staying hydrated and giving your body the vitamins it needs will show in your glow. Vitamins and restoring your pH in your body is super important. Did you even realize that your body even had a pH level? Well, it does. Too acidic, and you get sick. Too much alkaline, and you get sick too. Kind of like pool water. It's important to keep a healthy balance. I'm no doctor, but if you don't believe me, just ask yours. How can you keep a healthy balance? Well, it's simple. Eat a balanced variety of fruits and veggies. Leafy greens like spinach and kale are packed with vitamins and are higher on the alkaline scale. They contain minerals and antioxidants. Don't like the taste of them? Stop freaking whining. Make a juice and use a handful or two of each of them and then add fruit to it. You're never going to know the difference. If you're a texture eater or drinker, make sure that you strain the juice, okay? But wait, don't throw out the pulp. Dehydrate it in your oven and make a healthy snack. You won't be wasting any of the fiber that your body needs that way. Let me give you one of my juice recipes that I drink quite often. You're going to need a blender. Add some filtered water, half a lemon. Sometimes I leave on the peel for extra vitamins in the lemon peel. Core a green apple, throw it in there. A mini cucumber and a couple of strawberries and a handful or two of spinach. Blend, strain, drink. When that's done, I take the pulp out of the strainer, smooth it onto a baking sheet that I wiped with avocado oil, and bake it in the oven at 170 degrees for a couple hours until it becomes the consistency of like a really dry paper. When I get hungry, I just kind of tear a piece off and eat it for a snack. It's not too bad. Remember, guys, the mirror doesn't judge, it just reflects. So next time you wonder if that slice of pizza is worth it, think about what your mirror is going to say. Spoiler alert, it's probably going to say, "Walk away from the fucking pizza." And that's coming from this Jersey girl that loves pizza and used to not think twice about throwing back an entire pie at one time. I know, super cringe. Now, moving on to the mindset. This is where the real magic happens. If you think healthy food is boring, tasteless, or just plain unappealing, I'm here to tell you, you're wrong. And I say that with all the love in my pulp paper eating heart. They say foods that are good for you do not taste good. That's a whole damn lie. Herbs, natural oils, and certain vinegars, when mixed, create these fantastic flavors. Your food doesn't have to be bland to be good for you. You ever make a homemade dressing or marinade? When you make them homemade, you're eliminating not only the processed oils, but you're also eliminating the preservatives and the added sugars. No brainer. Quite some time ago, I decided to make some changes to the way that I was eating. I decided it was time to cook everything fresh, and instead of buying processed foods, I would make it myself. My insides loved me for that. I learned how to make so many fresh and healthy unprocessed foods as possible because I'm a complete foodie. So learning to make the things that I loved not only saved my health, but it saved some of the money in my wallet. Well, maybe not at first because you have to buy all the ingredients. But when you think of the grand scheme of things, making homemade food from scratch, not out of a damn package, can be so much more rewarding. Seeing the benefits and rewards of good skin and good health outweighs the hospital stays and injections, if you ask me. You have to want to fuel your body with good things. Think of your body like a car. If you put bad gas in the tank, more than likely it's going to break down. Add high octane, and your drive down the highway is smooth sailing, and you're going to get some great mileage. Same concept with your eating habits. Don't like the way something tastes? Alter it with fresh herbs. Season your food. You don't have to OD with the salt, but don't be afraid to eat it. Unless, of course, you have a medical condition that keeps you from eating it. Talk to your doctor first. Also, ask about the benefits of pink sea salt in your diet. Earlier, I talked about fresh juice. I have to share something with you. This is my experience, and I kid you not, I've been feeling so much better since I started making the fresh juice. I ditched the daily coffee, and both my energy levels and stomach love me so much more. I'm having less episodes of acid reflux and more episodes of wanting to make more juice varieties. The fresh juice making started recently when I had this weird thing happen with my esophagus. I was unable to eat or drink anything because I couldn't swallow, and everything came back up. It took about 4 days and an emergency room visit for things to get back to normal, but my body corrected itself while, of course, sitting in the ER. And so I wasted money and time just sitting there. But the people watching was definitely interesting, but I assure you, I have better things to do with my time. So after that, I went to a gastroenterologist because nothing was happening at the time. There was really nothing that he could do. So he did suggest that I eat foods that were soft, and when I eat meat, I should always eat it with a sauce or gravy. I thought it was odd, but I guess it makes sense. Help it go down smoother. So at the time, I was doing a liquid diet, but he told me that I had to eat. So that's when I started making the most recent health choice. I knew that my body needed those extra vitamins, and since I was a little scared to eat more than a handful, I figured this was the best way to give my body the vitamins that it needed. Changing your mindset about food is like switching from black and white TV to full-on HD color. Suddenly, those greens look more vibrant, those fruits seem sweeter, and you start feeling like a superhero with all the energy that you're getting. Trust me, kale may not be a candy bar or a friggin' slice of pizza, but at least it won't make your jeans cry for help either. So, you are what you eat. Simple, right? If you fill up on donuts and chips, you're going to feel like a slug bug. But if you fuel up on wholesome goodies like quinoa and berries, spinach and kale, you'll be bouncing around like a kid at recess. It's all about making the choices that scream, I care about me! When you eat well, you think well. Your brain gets that premium fuel it needs to ace those meetings. Remember birthdays, conjure up witty comebacks. You'll be sharper, happier, and maybe even funnier, just like me. Okay, well, maybe not like me, but you get the point. All right, that's a wrap for today's episode from Mirror to Mindset. Remember, you are what you eat. So let's make those choices count because your mirror and your mindset deserve the best. Go ahead, grab that apple, ditch that cookie, and smile at your reflection. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep munching on those good vibes. You've been listening to a One Vulgar Broad podcast. From Mirror to Mindset, you are what you eat. I'm your host, Jasmine, signing off with a green juice in one hand and optimism in the other. Cheers!